So next, I think we can go and look at the platform. So when you guys log into your dashboard, you're going to see a set of menu here. So we're not going to focus on futures and stocks, but essentially we have our crypto menu right here. And within the crypto menu, we have three sub menus, which is our market summary. Here is essentially a watch list of all the crypto coins that we cover, together with the three indicators that we have here. So you have your RSI indicator, your direction, and your risk sentiment, which is the risk on, risk off environment. So we are still in a risk on scenario for crypto, but now the direction has turned bearish. So again, there's a divergence there. And
Yep.
the RSI is 76 on Bitcoin. So you might want to pay attention to that data and see how that looks like. Then if you go under the quant models, then that's when you're going to be able to access the different indicators. So first we have our Q score here on crypto as well. And then at the bottom, you're going to have your first, again, regime indicator. Are we in a bullish or bearish regime? So as you can see here, uh, when we saw, you can quickly see how the indicator could have performed here. So we had a buy signal at the top here with a sell signal here, some conflicting signal on this side, but essentially here there was another buy signal. There was this nice rally that we saw, and now we are kind of like approaching the zero range. So it's very interesting to
Yeah.
see how we behave there.
Yeah, for sure. Very makes it a lot very easy too, just green
Yeah,
arrow and red arrow takes all that data that you guys have working
yeah,
in the background, just makes it super easy to read for all us retail traders. So
yeah. And then once you understand the regime, so essentially we are approaching potentially a risk-off environment, right? Let's see what's going to happen in the next couple of days. But then once you have that, then you can go into, okay, like I think we're still in a bullish environment. Let's see how the direction plays out. So the direction actually has been bearish for quite a few
mhm.
days, right? So here you see how the indicator was bullish at the beginning of August, and then now we kind of like in a bearish. So again, we went from 120 almost to now we are at 110. Let's see what the price is today. But essentially, you can combine those here as well.
Yep. And is that daily charts using or is that shorter?
Daily chart, yeah,
Daily? Okay, nice,
yeah.
nice, nice.
So daily
Cool.
daily indicator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, the workflow is really you would come, you would look at your market summary, and then depending on the coin that you trade, you can actually go into the technical models, the quant models, and then you can go into the gamma levels. So how can the option now support me in my day? So once I figure out my plan, so if I want to buy crypto or sell crypto, then how can I
Mhm.
use then the gamma levels on the platform to potentially find my entry and exit levels?
Right. So you can use this dashboard and then pull up the gamma levels for those,
Yeah,
really deep, actual levels to buy or sell on your chart. Yeah.
yeah. And then finally, the RSI indicator as well is trying to provide potential reversal or reverting stages on the price. And as you can see, it's pretty accurate. Here we were able to find this rally. Here we were able to kind of like find the consolidation that we saw here. And then
Hmm.
here we saw another big rally there. And then now let's see what could happen. Maybe let's see if we found support at the bottom, or let's see if the price is going to revert. But yeah, this was also a nice move there.
Yeah, definitely. And just curious, how often do these dashboards update? Is it like once a day
Yeah,
since it's
once a day
daily?
at 8
Nice,
p.m. Eastern. Yeah,
nice, nice, cool.
yeah. And then the final part is then once we define our plan, then let's go and look at what the option market is telling me. So here, what we do is if you use option, I would suggest to use the Databit exchange. So whether you're using Ethereum or Bitcoin, we can open up the Databit exchange, and the reason is that there's more volume on derivatives on Databit, so it can give you like better ideas. So here, what we see, we are in a positive gamma environment, but we have a neutral uh, score both at the option level and momentum level. So the market is kind of stalling It's not really bullish, it's not really bearish. So we need to see what's going to happen there. And then we can open up the different gamma chart for the next expirations here. But we also have our swing levels. So we have our 5-day swing levels here. So what this model is telling you is the levels for the next 5 days. So we have to be paying attention to 103,671 and 114,814. Those are the levels for the next 5 days. These are the historical levels, so the historical bands that we provided 5 day with 5 days in the future. And then what this shows you here is the success rate of the model. That means like if the price of Bitcoin in this case will be above 103,671 in 5 days from now, then we consider that a success, and that will account for the success rate that we see here. So as you can see, basically the price kind of moved above these bands for 93% of the days. So how can you use that? Again, if you are looking at taking stop losses or targets, then those could become your targets. If you are playing with options, you could use that as your strikes. Or if you're simply playing direction, you can use that to potentially find the areas where you might want to get in and get out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely very useful for swing traders, and the success rates are pretty high. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we also have other models. We have more advanced models like Q, term structure, volatility smile. So all of those, for those who are trading options, that can be very, very useful. If you are a directional trader and simply trade price action, then of course, what you can do, you can come into the platform, connect your TrendSpider account here, and then you'll get access to the indicator. And then Mike, I think you're going to show that in more details. But essentially, the step to get set up is very, very simple. You need to have a TrendSpider account. You need to have a MenthorQ account. Once you get both, you can come here. You can activate your email right here, and then our team will basically enable you for the indicators that you will see on the chart, and you have access to 3 indicators, but we're growing the number there as well.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, thank you, Fabio, for that awesome presentation. Definitely helped rekindle my memory a little bit on all these gamma levels. And I just wanted to show off real quick here. If you guys aren't already MenthorQ and TrendSpider users, you can use the links that we have dropped in the chat to pull up the MenthorQ store page here on the TrendSpider store. And we do have a coupon code you can use to get MenthorQ for a discount at around $59 per month. And also, TrendSpider is running, it's our last day of the Labor Day sale right now, where you can try the platform for just $7. So if you're already a MenthorQ user and you want to try out what I'm about to show you here on the TrendSpider platform, you can do so today, last day, for $7 for 14 days to trial it. And then you get up to 50% off. So, and then once you are a user of both MenthorQ and TrendSpider, you'll get access to these 3 different indicators right here. Of course, the gamma levels is what we're going to be really focusing on today for crypto, but it also comes with the blind spots and conversions. And one of the biggest value adds TrendSpider provides for MenthorQ is our scanners. You're going to be able to scan for stocks, cryptos, whatever, all the available assets that are trading, at put support, at call resistance, the 1-day min, 1-day max, and the HVL levels in real time. So let me go ahead and open the TrendSpider platform, and I'll get a little bit more into it. So once you are a member, you'll get access to these indicators, which you can go ahead and add right here at the top of your platform. I think Fabio just showed this, but you just type MenthorQ, and then you'll see them all pop up. And all you have to do is just click gamma levels right there. And in that dashboard that Fabio is showing, they do have an API key. And once you add the indicator, just make sure you add the API key right in here and then press apply. I've already done that, but that is how you add the indicator. And so now you can see it on my Bitcoin chart. You can see the gamma levels. And if I extend my indicator list and go to the gamma level settings, you can see I have my API key in there. And there's a few things you can customize. We brought it up a little bit earlier. There's end of day and intraday levels. Again, the intraday levels is going to be the more updated ones, it updates several times per day, whereas end of day updates once per day. And then you can also hide and show any of the levels you want. Like, for example, I have a lot of the JEX levels hidden from my chart, but you can easily put them back on just by clicking on them and then clicking the visible box right there, hitting apply, and then you'll see those JEX levels on your chart. So, and it doesn't stop there with TrendSpider, because you can access all of MenthorQ's indicators, of course, but you can also combine all that stuff with any other indicators that you may have, including your own custom indicators, which you can actually use on the platform. There's tons of custom indicators already available on the TrendSpider store for free. Like, if you go to our store page here, you can see tons of different indicators. We just had a hackathon where people submitted, over 80 indicators to our store. So there's tons of cool stuff in there now. But yeah, the benefit is you can see these gamma levels directly on your chart in real time, and then you can combine them with other indicators. Like, for example, a really easy one to use is our combined RSI ensemble indicator, which we can drop a link for in the chat so you can check it out on the store page. But all this one does is just paints candles green when 3 different RSI lengths are showing oversold levels. And of course, super easy to read. And then it paints candles red when the RSI is showing, a few different overbought levels. So these, in combination with these MenthorQ gamma levels indicator, can just be that extra confirmation for you. And you can also build them into scans, which I'll show you in a second. For example, if you see, Bitcoin here coming down to put support, and you see, or the 1-day min, and you see these candles turning this bright green right here, it's just a little more extra confirmation for you guys to, confirm your bias, confirm the trade entry level. And you can do this again with any other indicator. Another cool one that we have access to for you guys for free is like the auto fib bands. And these, basically what they do is they plot Fibonacci retracements automatically on your chart. And not only can you just view them on your chart, you can actually right click any of these levels, including the gamma levels, and create alerts at these lines. To one, of course, is send you text messages or alerts when price is reaching these levels. But you can also route these alerts as trades into your broker. We use something called Signal Stack. It's a TrendSpider product. And all you do is connect to your broker. We support tons of brokers. And then any alerts that fire within the platform can actually place trades live in your broker. And it's super quick, actually works really well. And so any lines that you want to use, whether it be, like a trailing stop, which you can add, or even like this 50% Fibonacci retracement level, you just create an alert at it. And then you can do breakthrough, touch, or bounce through that level. Select your different confirmation candles from 5 minutes. And then you just put in a note there to Signal Stack that says, sell my trade. This is a stop loss when this alert fires. And you can easily do that. So that's another way you can use TrendSpider to go ahead and help automate your trading. And then one other indicator I want to show you guys real quick too that would be useful along with these levels is this multi-scale VWAP cloud. Again, I have Bitcoin open right here. And basically what this VWAP cloud does is it plots automatically on your chart the last 5 anchored VWAPs per day, week, or month. Figure for a lot of the people interested in gamma levels, you'll be mostly day trading or like very short-term trading. So I have it set to day right now. So the last 5 days anchored VWAPs are currently plotted on my chart. And again, these can be used as, just levels in combination with the MenthorQ gamma levels. If you see them line up, just some extra confirmation for you. And you can even use them as trailing stops or take profits. Right click them, create an alert at them, send them as actual orders into your account. And it also continues getting better because not only can you just view, these levels right on your TrendSpider chart, which is obviously beautiful and nice, but instead of looking for, like these levels to line up or your specific trade ideas based on maybe your own custom indicators, what you can do is use TrendSpider's market scanner down here to combine all of your signals into a scanner to find exactly what you're looking for at any given time in real time. For example, if I wanted to use our combined RSI ensemble indicator here and only find or see stocks that are trading at put support and showing 3 oversold lengths of RSI, we can do something like this, where we put in the 2 parameters for put support and put support 0 DTE and say price is within range of those by 1%. And then we also add the combined RSI as probably oversold and surely oversold, which means the candles are green. And then we just press scan. It's going to find any assets, whether it be crypto, stocks, indexes, anything that's available in Menthor Q, which there actually is a nice watch list that I believe Fabio has in the dashboard for you guys to import that you can use in our scanner. But if we just kind of look through these, you can see exactly what I mean. So you can see all these assets should be within 1% of put supports and have these green candles. So we'll go flick through these, and it's just an easy way to see multiple things happening at one time, and you can use any of your indicators here. If you click through all these, you can see they're all going to have these green candles, which means the RSI lengths are all oversold, and it's also trading right next to put support. Again, like Fabio was saying earlier, you can kind of combine, these proprietary gamma levels with some of your more traditional indicators just for that extra edge. And you can put them in scanners, and if you have your own custom indicators or signals that you look for, you can also incorporate those and combine them with the gamma levels. And you can do these with, I also built one for the Menthor Q or the Fibonacci levels. For example, if you want to see stocks trading at the 61.8% level or the 38.2% level and at put support, you can run a scan like this. As you can see, I just have the auto fib bands indicator in there. The 61.8% level is within range of the price by 1%. You actually get quite a few results right here, and you can just click through them and easily see that. Let me put them on my chart. These are the auto fib bands. And so basically this one's going to find stocks trading right around, like the 61.8% level, I believe this one is, or the 38.2. And then also right next to that put support, which is very useful. Saves you a lot of time if you have specific entry criteria that you're looking for to combine them in scans and find them in real time. So real quickly, I'll show you the process of kind of building these scanners, because it's actually really easy. So all you do is press new scanner in the market scanner down here. And by the way, on the Menthor Q page, we have multiple scan templates that you guys can import, like I showed earlier, like the put support scan or the call resistance that we've already built for you that you can leverage. But I'll show you real quick how to do it basically from scratch, because it just takes a couple seconds. I'll just add a condition group here. Condition with an indicator. And for the Menthor Q levels, we recommend using the 30 minutes just because that's the lowest one that you can go. But it's still going to be updated, as much as Menthor Q is updated. And we'll type something like Menthor Q put support gamma levels to have it pop up. And you see just the put support parameter shows up right there. And then you can do is within range of the price. I'll just use the 5 minute. As long as you use the close price, it's always going to be the current price, and you click current candle. Make sure you do this current candle box, and then you can change. You can change it from 1%. If you want to be really close to the price, you can do like 0.5%. Kind of depends on the asset. And then you can also change this from all the following to any of the following, because I put support, but I'm also going to add the 30-minute 0 DTE Menthor Q put support, so we can find stocks trading at either the 0 DTE level or just the regular end of day level. Again, is within range of the price on the 5 minute close by, let's just leave it at 1% for now. Keep it simple. And then once you have this is basically what the put support scan template looks like that you can import. And then I'll show you can add another condition group, and you can combine this stuff with anything you want, whether it be like fundamentals, chart patterns, candlestick patterns, your own custom indicators. For example, if you wanted to do like the one that I did with the combined RSI ensemble indicator, you just type combined RSI. and you can look for surely oversold, which is like the most 3 oversold lengths, and you can do this signal active, and you'll do all the following happen on the current simple, and even change it to happen within the last 3 candles, for example. And then, let me search through. And whenever you scan too, you can search through a list. Recommend using the list from Fabio's dashboard, which is called the Menthor Q coverage by Menthor Q list, which is going to cover all the cryptos and everything that Menthor Q supports. So go ahead and click scan here and see if anything pops up. So that one, nothing popped up there because there's nothing within that parameter. But if there was, it would have popped up. Let me see. We can also check out one I made too. Go back to the one I had pre-made here, like this VWAP put support. Let me click scan right here and see what pops up. And so when you click scan here, you'll see all these are going to be within range of one of the anchored VWAPs. Let me see. Turn off the auto fib bands here, and you see the gamma levels on your chart. And so you can see, put these on. There we go. You can see that all the stocks on this scanner are going to be within 1% of the put support levels, and also within 1% of any of the anchored VWAPs. And again, you can use these anchored VWAPs to set alerts and as additional confirmation for your trades. But that is basically how TrendSpider makes it super easy for you to easily find assets trading right at put support, whether it be on crypto, forex, whatever you guys trade, and combine it with other indicators. As you can see, like here on Ethereum, the put support and put support 0DT lined up. That's why there's slash right there. And it bounced off that, rejected off these anchored VWAPs right here, which you could have used as a take profit. You could have set a buy here at put support and then right clicked on this line right here to create an alert, get alerted when it touches that level, or even have it auto sell the position for you. So is there anything else that I missed, Fabio, or that you want to add? But that is essentially how I've been using TrendSpider and Menthor Q combined with my trading. Let's see, am I in here? Fabio, sorry, you're on mute.
Yeah, I think it's super powerful what you've shown there, because you can combine traditional indicators together with options data to get potentially a better idea, or even scan for things that are close to a level, as well as using your indicator that you obviously use for your strategy. So, which is awesome.
Right. Yeah. Being able to combine them, especially and find those, assets that are trading at your exact parameters in real time, is probably the thing I use the most on the platform for my own trading. Like, I don't even you don't have to go looking through your entire watch list every day, looking at your indicators. Like if, for example, if you just like to buy off the put support, I mean, you can spend hours just looking at stocks, reaching that put support level, or you can just build a scan to find it in a few seconds like we just did, and even combine it with other indicators, set your alerts, and be ready to go. So
love it.
Yeah, very cool stuff. And yeah, if anyone has any questions about either platform, TrendSpider, Menthor Q, or using them together, feel free to drop in the chat below. I'm more than happy to answer. Let's see if there's anything in here. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like any specific questions, but yeah, I guess we can take a look at just whatever has happened today, intraday, on like Bitcoin, for example. Close that. Oh, and by the way, something I actually forgot to mention in the scanner, you do also have to click on the parameter and enter your API key for the parameter for it to work properly, just in case you guys were wondering. Like, even if you import it from the TrendSpider store, you got to have your API key for Menthor Q pasted in for them to work. And yeah, pretty soon we'll be able to, hopefully, if we get those historical levels, be able to do kind of the same thing that I showed you with the scanners, but also put it into the strategy tester and back test your strategy using Menthor Q levels and any indicators that you also may use.
Yeah,
So,
very exciting.
yeah, that would be awesome. That would be very cool. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, definitely leave them down below. We'll just take a look at the markets here. I guess, pretty chill day, even on crypto. Looks like Ethereum is up pretty good today, though.
Yeah.
It's actually starting to reach call resistance here pretty soon, which is interesting. See Bitcoin. Check out the daily chart here. Yeah, kind of took a hit last few weeks, but bounce off this support down here. BNB, BNB's actually been doing really well. Didn't really watch BNB a whole lot until I saw it on the Menthor Q list, but it actually has been performing pretty well as of late. So, yeah, I guess I'll just say again, if you guys aren't members of either platform yet, we are both on sale. Again, the link to sign up for Menthor Q is right down below. There's a TrendSpider coupon code that you can use. And then also, TrendSpider is on sale as well. You can try the platform for just $7 today only. It's the last day of the Labor Day sale. So if you want to test out these levels, test out the Menthor Q, our market scanner, definitely now would be the time. You got about 11 hours left. So,
Yep. Yeah, no, thank you, Mike, for this. I think it was awesome. Like, I mean, combining the two platforms is crazy. It's a lot of value that you can get from the data together with your infrastructure, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, especially the market scanner and soon the strategy tester. It looks like someone had a question. What he said, what time in Eastern New York is considered a new day for crypto since it's 24/7? I believe you said 8 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern is when we update the levels. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was like one of the first questions I had as well. So great question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the intraday levels will just continue updating,
Yeah. Throughout the day. Yeah.
throughout the day. So I can even show that. Like right now, they're set on end of day. We'll turn
Well,
off those.
currently there's no intraday levels for crypto yet.
Okay.
We're still working on it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so end of day, which makes sense. I mean, they update so much. It'd honestly be kind of a lot to have, and picking those times to do all throughout the day.
Yeah, and also it's important to know that some of the big levels not necessarily will necessarily change throughout the day.
Right.
So like if you look at core resistance and put support, they might not actually move throughout the day, but the jacks level might move, yes, for sure. So
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
Someone's asking to take a look at XRP. We can take a look. All right, let's see. So it looks like we had a couple of put supports. We actually bounced really nicely off this put support 0 DTE and the HVL multiple times right there. That was pretty good, and broke through that lower put support. And maybe you can explain this HVL level a little bit, Fabio, because we already bounced off kind of the lower ones that put support in the 1-day min, and we're trading right around there.
Yeah. So HVL stands for high volatility level, and it's basically a lot of in the gamma environment, people refer to that as gamma flip
Right.
level. So it's when basically we are moving from a positive to a negative gamma environment. Why is that important? Is because market makers need to hedge differently, whether we are in a positive or negative gamma. So for those who are not familiar with that, we also have a lot of documentation there. But essentially, if we are in a positive gamma, it means that the overall market is buying more option than selling. So that forces the market maker to hedge a little bit different than we are if we are in negative gamma. So if we are in a negative gamma environment, then the market is selling more option than buying. So the overall gamma exposure is negative. So market makers are selling when the price goes down and buying when the price goes up. And that means that whenever we have drops, it's also accentuated by the dealer hedging activity on the way down. So the IVO level typically is a level that dictates whether we are moving to a low volatility environment or a high volatility environment. So when we are in negative gamma, typically we're seeing more volatility. That doesn't mean that the price will necessarily drop or go down, but it means that you need to pay attention to that, because you might want to adjust stop losses that you have on your trade or your overall risk management.
Right. Maybe loosen the stops up when it's in a higher volatility environment type thing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Like for those who trade NQ, whenever you are in a positive gamma environment, maybe your stop loss and take profit might make sense. But when you move to a negative gamma environment, then those are the days when you're going to see like 100-point swings in a few candles. So if you have a 30-point stop loss and you are in a negative gamma environment, then not necessarily that's going to be a good idea, because you might be chopped out very fast. So maybe you want to move to an MNQ, or maybe you want to adjust the, maybe have wider stop loss if you can
Right.
do that. But yeah.
No, that's cool. It'll be really cool if you can actually use that as a back test parameter too.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a high volatility environment or not, and adjust your stops based on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, XRP, other than that, it's trading right above that HVL level right now. Then there's a call resistance 0DT and the gamma wall there at 295. And in that the end of day call resistance there is at 310. So definitely bounce off that put support pretty nice. Maybe that would be your next target, or maybe the 1 day max there. So cool. Yeah. If there's any other questions, let us know now. But other than that, we've been live for about an hour now. I think there's a very, very awesome presentation from you, Fabio. Learned a lot. Thank you as always.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much.
Great having you. Yeah. Always great to have you on. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll probably just go ahead and call it there. No more questions coming through the chat. Thank you everybody so much for coming and showing up. Hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. And we'll consider checking out, both Menthor Q and TrendSpider. Would love to see you guys on the platforms. Right now, they're both on a great sale. But anyways, thank you for coming. Thank you so much, Fabio. It was very helpful as always.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Mike. And any question, let us know. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, have a good one, everybody. See ya.